So we're going to experiment now with creating a base material but then starting to apply a texture map to it. We'll also have a look at how we use normal maps to change the material surface. So I've just created the gold material. I'm going to have a look at what it is at the moment. I've just added a base colour, and we're eventually going to replace this with a texture, but I've added some basic metallic, specular and roughness settings. Okay, and I've applied it to a third model, and you can see there doesn't necessarily look like gold at the moment, but it's got that gold colour and it's got some reflection on it. Okay, so we want to start changing this. So we're inside Photoshop now, and I found a bitmap of a piece of crumpled gold foil, and we're going to use this as the base colour. So I'm just going to save that out. I'm going to save it as a JPEG. I'm just going to call it gold and save it to there. And then inside here, I've already got a little folder called textures. I'm just going to import that into my textures folder. So there's our gold texture. Back inside the gold material, we're just going to add a texture sample. Cool. And because I had this selected in the content browser, it's automatically placed that in there. Now this is a repeating bitmap texture, so obviously when it's applied to the object, it will repeat over its surface. We'll do another video of how you do that later, but for now we'll just look at this. So we're just going to disconnect that from there, and we're going to put this in to the RGB channel, to the base colour, and as you can see, we're starting to get more of a surface, but as you can see, it looks too shiny. It looks a bit like a marble, so we have a look at that. So we need to tweak that a little bit. So we'll just tweak the roughness, so we'll increase that to maybe 2, and reduce specular by 0.1. Starting to look a little bit more. Okay. And it's starting to look, as you can see, it's quite reflective. It's got a bit more of a texture to it, but it still looks nice and smooth. Now this is where the normal map comes in. I'll just show you how to do the normal map. So back into Photoshop, and you can make a duplicate of this. So go to image, go to duplicate, and we'll just call that gold normal. I'm just changing the name of it. As you can see, we've got 2 now. We've got gold and we've got gold normal. This is when we're going to convert into a normal map. Now a normal map uses a grayscale image, so go to image, adjust, and we just change that to desaturate. So that's removed all the colour information, so we've just got a grayscale image. And we're going to convert this into a normal map. Now it's going to change colours, but effectively what it does is it looks at each individual pixel, and that pixel determines the direction of which the light reflects off the surface per pixel. Okay, so lighter areas are raised while lower pushed in to the surface. So even though it's a smooth sphere, the colour of the pixels will determine the amount of light that it reflects, so therefore the surface will look uneven. So to convert this to a normal map, go to Filters, 3D, Generate Normal Map. And there will be a brief pause while it generates it. And as you can see there, we get a 3D view showing you what the normal map has done onto the surface. Okay, and you can tweak the settings, but effectively these are determined as the object moves around or as the light changes across the surface. The light will change because the normals are being determined by the pixels in the normal map. So we'll leave that as it is and press OK. I'm just going to save that as a normal map. So we'll call it gold normal, that's fine. I'm going to import that in. And it's recognised as a normal map. I will save that. Go back to the gold material, and you can see there's a no call normal. I can duplicate this texture sample. Instead of the gold one, we're just going to find it in here. We'll go to gold normal, and then we connect that up to the normal. And as you can see, suddenly we'll get this uneven surface now that's been generated. Now remember, this is an optical illusion, it's a bit of magic. The shader is determining the normal directions by each pixel on that particular normal map. So let's just save that and see what it looks like. As you can see, getting a lot more uneven surface. It's starting to look a little bit like a gold globule. Okay. Probably a little bit too shiny, but that's okay, you can tweak that. And that's the next thing that I'm going to show you about using instances and changing the parameters in real time, so you don't need to keep compiling it.